here's the story. All right, yeah, I twin turbo the Aventador, but realistically, it's all-wheel drive. Who wants an all-wheel drive twin turbo car? Not me, okay? When you drive a Koenigsegg or a Pagani or any of these crazy hypercars, even my Veyron rear-wheel drive, they become emotional. They become an experience, right? And this car is super fun, but like, honestly guys, it's kind of boring to me. So right now, Andy, I've convinced him to put the car on a lift and take out the entire front drivetrain and to make this car rear-wheel drive. And we don't know if it's gonna work, but it worked on the Bugatti, it works on a Gallardo, and it works on a lot of other cars of this era, right? Now this, obviously this is a 2018, it's not the old one, but the technology is from 2010, right? When they developed the car, and similar to the Bugatti, it's got a similar design and style front diff, so it's a reactive front diff, not an active front diff. So like in a Huracan, you can't do it because the computer freaks out. But I'm assuming it's gonna get rid of the jerkiness of the gearbox, right? Because you're not gonna have to move the front diff, you're not gonna have to do a lot of those things. So, Andy, what's the time frame on this?
20 minutes.
Yeah, see, told you guys, it's easy.
This was the first Aventador S platform that Dallas twin turboed.
Correct.
They had a little bit of an issue with the steering.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think since you're removing it's gonna mess with that a little bit?
I don't think so. And the reason why is because I'm not removing the steering angle sensors and stuff in the front are not coming from the differential, and they're not coming from like the axle hubs or anything like that. They're coming from the ABS sensors, which are inside of the hubs, right? Am I right about that? I think I'm right about that. Also, in other news, the ECU is out of this thing right here, and it's being tuned as we speak. So this car should shoot flames within 20 minutes, probably 20, 30 minutes like normal. So that's gonna be a separate video. I hope you guys watch that one because I think this is gonna be one of the better things that I've ever done in my life. We've already straight piped it. It's already got Andy's super sick decats. And right now it is getting a custom tune. Push the button, push the button. I love doing it to Andy. Andy's very calculated, he's very precise, he's like very careful, but I'm not. And that's why things take 20 minutes. Look, see, it's exposed. It's not an internal thing. And then we can start when we do the axle afterwards. Then I'll leave the diff there. Because if nothing's coming in and it's not turning, it makes more sense. That's what we did the Bugatti. That's why I didn't throw any errors. Because there is a small Pilot X right here with the plug in it. So I think best case scenario is remove this diff, those two axles, and leave the thing there.
Might not be a good idea, but that's what we're going with.
The battery doesn't have enough yet, so I just need to delete the battery code because it goes into like I don't want to call it lit mode, but it goes into like this weird stuttery mode. So.
What'd you think?
It's amazing, but he said that he's like, well, how sensitive are you to this and that? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I can go a little farther. And I was like, what are you talking about? The Houston is the maximum potential possible.
Above this panel here is the motor of the car, and from there the transmission comes forward. So this is the front end of that. There is a drive line that goes back to the rear differential, and another drive line right here comes up to the front differential. From there you have the axles that go out to each wheel. We are going to leave the differential in place and remove this drive line and both axles. Ta-da! Driveline.
Handy dandy bag.
6 on each side. Have to unbolt the 2 axle halves, and now we're going to pull the wheels off so we can undo the hub nut, and then we'll just pull that right out of there. We need bigger tools. I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
The big gun.
It's a millimeter.
I know.
It's a millimeter. It's out. So these are for a Gallardo. But my theory is they just fit right in. And they do. So now this will just go right back on here. Yeah, but I don't really want to go all the way. Now I just got to figure out how to get this thing back on here with my one hand. Matt, tell me what we done.
You said max it out. I maxed it out.
I know, but like, what exactly did you do?
There's a lot of torque limits that I didn't touch the first time. So a lot of that smoothness that you felt, it should be increased now. So smoother, boost limits removed, airflow limits removed. This is max balls, as much as I can give it.
And is this the maximum you've ever done?
On a street car, yeah. On a car that's being driven, yes.
No, what I'm saying for a Huayra.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to be the fastest
You are.
Huayra.
100%.
Like if I don't have the fastest Huayra, we got to go back to the drawing board.
No problem.
So, all right, let's do it. It's so much faster. Like it's ridiculously faster. I actually have to learn how to drive it. I'm not shifting at the same time anymore.
Yeah.
It's visceral. That's the one
speechless.
thing the Pagani doesn't have, like a Koenigsegg, is that they're not very visceral, right? Now, you've like awoken a monster in there. You know, the downpipes help the most, obviously, but with the tune and kind of like that Gatling gun sound, like that's like, it's very unique. There's not a lot of like Gatling gun, like, bah, 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 like the really consistent pops.
Yeah.
So it sounds super dope. Now all it just needs to be is purple, and it'll be my favorite car. Complete. Let's get the AC on. Just right now. You know, still 700 degrees in Las Vegas. Let's go in sport first. Okay. See what happens.
No codes? That's cool.
Well, we have to drive it.
I think you'll be good.
It feels so good. Dude, look how easy it is to drive. Easy. Look. They're not even really that aggressive anymore.
Ready for that.
Okay, let's do it. Yep, we need the traction off. This is gonna be fun. So we got an LP 1000-2. So we gotta get the new badges.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing is spinning. I love it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we fixed the Lamborghini Aventador. Yeah, we definitely fixed it.
That's a car. Wow.
We know what we need to do now.
Some donuts.
Yeah.
Trusty old back lot.
Ah, I love that place. It's not. There's no torque steer. That's what I don't like about the other cars. Is there's torque steer. Like this fixed that. You know, it's so cool. I still might sell this car because I don't think it's.
Yeah, I don't know why you just did all that when you're about to put it on Bring a Trailer.
Dude, who cares, man? Have fun with it while we have it. But maybe I fixed it. I don't know. I want to drive it longer and like go and have fun with it, you know?
Andy's gonna be so happy when you're like, all right, put it back to all-wheel drive.
It doesn't take like, what, 20 minutes? 30 minutes?
42 minutes.
40 minutes? Who cares? It's a little slippery. I like it. I don't want to go crazy, guys, you know, because I don't want to like, I gotta take my time. But the best part about it is we got twin turbos, we got rear wheel drive, we got a mid-engine, and we have no codes on the dash. So, yep, we did it. We did it. Now we just got to make it a manual, and all hell will break loose.
Huh. Is it even possible
Yeah,
to make this a manual?
it is. I'm working on it. Ooh, this thing's fast, dude. It spins. So, in order for me to do this, what happens is when I start doing the donuts, I do when it really spins really hard, it does throw a four-wheel drive fault. So that's why you're seeing me stop like in the middle, because it won't let me. It takes the traction and puts it back on, right? So I can get it if I'm spinning, right? So I might be able to get a good one out of it, but we'll see. Doesn't let me do anything. Flooring it doesn't do anything.
Guys, make sure you like this video if you're interested in seeing more of this kind of content. Houston never tells you guys to do it, but I will.
Oh, we didn't fix it all the way, but drives better. I just gotta. I'm gonna see if I can code out the front diff on the traction. That's the next step.
Alright guys, see you in the next one.